Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Go Talks. Thank you so much for watching the last week's episode, and of course, thank you so much for the support that it has been receiving. Don't forget that you can watch every single episode weekly every Friday on Menify.gg and the highlights on our very own Luminosity's Match YouTube channel. On today's episode, we're gonna welcome one of the hypest players in here and the best warrior player in the world, Glutonny.
Hello.
Hello, amigo, papu, amigo mío.
Hola, papu.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien, ¿y tú?
Muy bien. Very nice to have you in this show, bro. You're one of the people I always wanted to interview. Basically, who would have thought
Mhm.
that this day I will be interviewing you? So, yeah, how's everything going?
You're doing good. I just came back from Mexico. It was a long trip. It was a very nice trip. I did so many good things, meet so many nice people, but it was very tiring. So I'm very, very tired right now, and I'm still jet lagged. So I try to just rest a bit before Terra, because there's this major in France happening called Terra, and it's very, very soon. So I need to rest and prepare for this tournament.
Is it this weekend, right?
Yeah, exactly. This weekend, so it's very soon.
Um, yeah, dude, traveling back from a different continent, the jet lag, everything must be very hard. It will be a hard one, bro. But yeah, talking about Tera, yeah, this is important. Of course, you had your match against Spargo at Delfino. Very
Mhm.
important game five. You couldn't get the reset, but
Yeah.
well, I believe Spargo is going to Tera. So, how are you feeling
Mhm.
for that possible run back?
I'm very happy to play him that soon, but it's not. I have to play him because I need to beat a lot of good people before, but I really want to play him because it was really close set before, and I think I could still change some few things that could have made me win the match. But I know Spargo also adapts very well fast, and he doesn't play the same way twice, so I expect him to change things even if he won. So it will not be easy at all, but first I still have to beat so many good peoples before that. I need to prepare also for these people.
Yeah, there's many people going. Is there anybody like Tera that like you got anything going on for them? Like you got a plan for your bracket? How is it looking?
Yeah, there's basically a lot of clouds before Spargo. I have like the best cloud in France, the best cloud in Netherlands too. I think I have three clouds in total in my bracket if it didn't change, and then I have also Yoshidora, who is the best Yoshi in the world and one of the best player in the world. He's very, very good, and he's completely different than other Yoshis. And I think it's gonna be a big surprise. I don't really know if I can really prepare for him. That's the issue, because a lot of people tell me that he plays so differently than other Yoshi. Then if you even if you practice against other Yoshis, it will be completely different
Mm.
against him. So this one must be very hard. But yeah, I'm gonna prepare for that.
I guess you got your match against Meme at his match factor. That's I guess that's a
Mhm.
match you could study. But yeah, it's so different. Like there's so many good players going. The clouds. I mean, I guess you must feel good about the cloud bracket. You're kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
good
yeah.
against cloud. Yeah, you can handle cloud. But talking about very good players, like let's talk about the Lumi rank. Let's talk about the rankings right now. I'm very interested in your opinion. Let's talk about the
Mhm.
top 10. Like how you feel about that Acola over Spargo.
I feel maybe in result wise, it should be deserved since they put it. I think they put it with the algorithm or something. So maybe he just won more. He was more consistent. Um, but it's really complicated because it's not like Steve is different. Steve is almost playing his own game, so it's hard to see him number one up of Spargo and say he's number one, so he's a better player. It doesn't work like this. I think he's very, very good as Steve, but it's so complicated that it's so different that it's hard to put them in the same to judge them in the same ways. Like I don't think we can say Akola is better than Spargo as a player in the game, but he has better. He's the better player. That's the weird thing. You can't say he plays better, but he's a better player because he's gonna win more. That's it. That's the only thing you can say. But since it's Steve doesn't require to be as good as other characters in all the situation and all the aspect of the game because he just skip this aspect. So he's not good or bad as this aspect. It just we don't know. He doesn't know maybe because he doesn't need to. Like there's nothing to do else than side B down there as some specific situation, and they happen a lot and stuff like that. So it's really really complicated. We can just say he's a better player. He got better uh, placing. That's it, and that's the only truth that we can be sure about. The only other we can debate all you want about. No, he's better. No, he's better. But he just played Eve. No, no, no. We don't really care who wins. That's the only important thing.
Yeah, Steve, dude.
Different.
Yeah, different. That character. Warrior Steve, so complicated. I feel like, well, even with my characters, I have a sword, or it's very
Mm,
complicated. Pyramithra like gets jabbed into zero to death. I could only imagine Wario being like not as like he doesn't have a lot of range. Like I can imagine
yeah,
it
he
being
doesn't. But the more I play against Steve, the more I find solution, and the more I'm like, okay, it's maybe doable. Because last time I played in Akola, so it was in weekly, but he won winner finals 3-1. Then I came back in Grand's final, and the first set I won, and the second was 3-2, very close. So it's not impossible. Like if it was really impossible, he would have 3-0 me every time or
Mm,
3-1. But I still won a set, and it was very close after, and I still could change a lot of stuff. Because, for example, I figure out how to make Nair connecting against Steve. And before I was never connecting it, and it was like I Nair doesn't connect, and I get up tilt 70%. And this was annoying me a lot. But now I know how to make the Nair connect more. It will not be consistent because it's Wario, but more consistent. And I have more game plan. Sometimes I feel against Steve that there's no reason to come to him, even if you see him have all his resource, because I feel that it doesn't change that much. The reward is of course very good to have the diamond, but the fact that you want him to not mine may affect you more than if you don't really stop him, but you just wait him for him to come at one point
mm,
and just punish what he's doing. Especially if I have a resource too, like Waft is coming if I just wait. So if we both plays at our best resource, that means he's gonna have diamond and a lot of side B and down there. Okay, but I will have waft. And for example, for the last stock, I feel more I feel more comfortable by not coming to him and let him take his resource until he come at a point and then I punish him than me trying to not let him mine and getting punished for it all the time. You know what I mean?
mm,
And so I'm exploring this possibility. I'm not sure about this, but maybe the solution will be to even camp him more, but in specific situation. Because if he doesn't have resource already and he will struggle to protect himself with the blocks, for example, because he doesn't have resource at all, I maybe should go and pressure him more. But if he already have a lot of resource, not full but a lot, and he has enough to protect him a lot, I'm trying some stuff like that. Also, bike game is very important against him. Ground game too. I'm also the problem with Steve is sometimes he will attack one, twice, three times in a row. You'll try to punish him and you will miss. Then
mm,
he will punish you for you trying to punish him. So now I'm like, okay, do your stuff, do whatever you want. I will only punish you when I'm sure that I can punish, and it's a real mistake. Because even if you jab back here in front of me, I know I'm not gonna punish that.
yeah.
So I won't try anymore. So maybe, as I told you, there's still some stuff to work on in this matchup. So
Yeah.
I'm not done.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like you said, it's not impossible, and you explain so many things about the matchup that, of course, like I know it's not impossible, bro.
Mm.
Like you're already figuring it out. But yeah, fuck Steve, bro. Like yeah, we can curse. If you want to say it, go for it, bro. Don't worry.
We can
Um,
say it. Fuck Steve.
yeah, yeah. Fuck Steve. But let's talk more about the rankings. Like in the top 10, who should be like? Let's be honest. Like who should be out? Who should be in? Like what do you think about the top 10?
I'm so sorry because I didn't watch. I don't know who's top 10.
No.
I just know
Um.
I just know I'm not, but I didn't watch. I don't care that much about rankings, so I didn't even watch.
Number 10 is Yoshidora. Dude, funny because you might play him
Okay.
this weekend. Very
Yeah.
important. If I'm not mistaken, you're 11, right? You were 11,
Yeah.
so you're very very close to that. That will be a very solid win. I believe in you,
Hmm.
bro. Then ninth
Yeah.
place is Shuton.
Okay.
Yeah, amazing player. Eighth, Riddles. Ooh,
Hmm.
Kazuya. Then it's me at
Okay.
seventh. Light,
Okay.
Tweak. Tweak is also going on Terra. Sonics,
Hmm.
Mia, then it's Spargo, Akola.
So the first American player is fourth or five? Fifth?
Mm,
US player.
is five Tweak.
Yeah. It's so much different than before because I usually US or North America was dominating so much, and there was sometimes some Japanese playing player being there, and of course you from Mexico. But this time I feel it's more there more diversity. There is from Mexico, there is DR with Sonic, there is Japan, a lot of Japanese players and Mexicans. So yeah, okay. It's weird because I feel Yoshidora did only one tournament out of Japan, right?
Yeah, he did Battle of VC.
Okay, that means you don't really need, and he didn't top eight, or
I
he
think
did.
he top eighted. Yeah, he top eighted. I think
Okay,
he got seventh, maybe.
okay.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
he did only one big major in US and still top 10. That means I guess Japan tournaments have really been impact, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Ah,
it's different than before. I feel that in before you needed to go to US to be top 10 or maybe even top 20. And if you didn't go to US, there was no way that you're going to be top 20, not top 20. But it feels like it's possible now because he almost did only Japanese tournament
mm,
and he's
yeah.
still top 10. So maybe there is so much better Japanese player now and they are better ranked that their tournament there are very impactful. Comparing to Europe where you could win literally all the tournament in Europe, you not be you'll not be in the ranking. Like,
uh, sad. Yeah,
that's completely different.
yeah. I guess we need to go to Japan and imagine do tournaments in the US or tournaments in Japan. So like so much
Yeah,
points. But
yeah. As a European, it's complicated because I can be anywhere else, but not at home. Because at home it's useless. So it's funny because before they put the ranking, I was staying in Europe for a bit, and I did 8 tournaments in a row, and I won 8 of them. But I think it didn't give me as much point as if I did only one major good placement
in the
in
US.
US. So I might even lose point if I win the tournament, but if I get beat and I go to loser and still win the tournament, maybe I lose point. I don't know.
Mm.
I don't really know how it works, but I just know it
Yeah,
doesn't give that much points.
it's hard these days to like get points because of course like you
Yeah.
said Japanese tournaments are getting more points, so
Yeah.
maybe going to Japan sounds like the better idea. But I mean that's kind of like the furthest you can go to play Smash, right?
Yeah.
So it's complicated. I guess like for me Mexican, I guess for Spargo too, like Spargo went to Kagarivi and won and it still got second place. So like imagine if he didn't like go to Kagarivi and won, like what placement like would have get? Maybe Mia would have been second,
Mm,
maybe. So I don't
maybe.
know. Yeah, so going to Japanese tournament sounds like a good idea at this point.
Yeah, I think it's a very good idea, especially to practice because there are so much good players. But to be honest, I don't really care about the ranking. They could
Mm.
put me 100 place. Who cares?
Yeah.
If I
So
know I play against like the fifth best player, for example, the best player right now in US was Tweak in the ranking, and I beat him. I think the 5 or 4 last time I play him. Oh no, he beat me at Hawaii, but then I was like 5-1, depending on this. So the ranking is so weird that I just need to know that I beat everyone, and then I will be
number one.
satisfied. And even if they put me 100, I really don't care.
I
So
see.
I have
So
different goals.
Yeah. So you don't really care about the rankings, really. Like you don't care about your
No,
playment.
no, I
So
just want to beat people up. I don't care about
okay.
the number.
So you're not looking to have like Gluto number one on the
No,
on the rank. No, I see.
no.
Respectable.
If y- if I play you and I see you're scared of me and I know I'm gonna beat you up, then I won the ranking. Who cares
I
about
would
ranking?
never. That is completely true. That is completely true, dude. Yeah, that's a good mentality. I like that. That's just the best way to see it. But well, to stop a little bit about the rankings, talk like the matchups, like people that are scared of you. Well, maybe let's talk about the Ken match, bro. At Delfino.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, that waft that rolled in. He did that because he was scared, just like you said.
yeah.
You won in the rankings, so yeah. So that was probably that was probably one of your most important matches,
Yeah.
like a Delfino. So let's talk about it a bit. Like Sonic has always been one of your toughest matchups.
Yep.
Like actually, you lost to Shiny Mark because of a timeout as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I just want to like talk about your respective, hear your perspective about the fact that you're getting timeout in the meta and like yeah, let's talk about the can match basically.
First Ken, I play him 3 times, I guess. This time was the third time or the fourth time, and I always beat him. But it was a weird feeling because I didn't feel that he was playing the real Sonic, at least not in the matchup, because he was too aggressive. He was never camping, even if he had the lead. He was not camping enough, and that's at Delfino. It was the first time that I felt he was more going for the camp, and it was way more hard because he was killing me sometimes with very good edge guard and very early, and then he was closing the game. Like it was just he doesn't want to play anymore, he don't interact anymore, and I can't even come back if I can't touch him. And that's the worst part in this matchup, if that Sonic can decide to not play the game anymore, and Wario is so slow and not good hitbox and not projectile that he cannot decide and force the Sonic to say no, I will force you to play. It's not possible for the Wario. And it will take 1 minute to put him 1%. That's it. And I wouldn't care if there was no timer. But since there's the timer, it forced me to interact and to play situations that I know I can't win them. Or at least not it I will win 1/5. Or instead of playing situation that I know I can win at the end without taking too much risk, I need to play situation that I know I will lose. And this is very stupid because it forced me to play in a way that I don't want. So it's weird, but having infinite time would be so much better in this matchup and in all the matchup where they can do that. For example, Pikachu is literally the same thing. He could decide to not interact at all because he can just go in the middle of the stage, on behind the stage, down of the stage, and then he choose one side. And Wario is so slow to run that I will not even be in time to let's trap him sometimes. So it's free landing, and then he can just do it again. So I can't even touch him. It's not. We can't even play. There's no interaction, and that's so bad. And I wouldn't care if there was no timer because I would be like, okay, he doesn't want to play, but eventually I will touch him. It will maybe take 3 minutes to touch him once. Who cares? I don't take risk, so it's fine. But since there's the timer, I need to go, and sometimes I just need to take very big risk, even if I don't want. I will have to do them. So it's kind of stupid. It forced me to play a game where I will lose. It's literally forcing me to play the roulette at a casino. I know I'm gonna
Yeah.
lose. I know I'm gonna lose at the end. I'm so why would you make me play? Like, this is
Yeah.
stupid, and this is why this type of matchup are very very hard for Wario. So the only thing I can do is focus on first stock, because first stock is like 8 minutes for one stock, let's say, and then if I have the lead for the first stock, maybe camp. But Wario cannot not interact. It's not possible. I cannot go back to the corner and escape him and go to the other. I can play patient and camp a bit, but I will not interact. It's not possible. Camping is completely different than not interacting. Camping is still taking risk and still losing positioning and stuff like that. It's still playing, uh, but not interacting is completely different. And Wario cannot do anything about this in some matchup, but it's only few matchups. It's like Sonic, Pikachu, maybe one other, if but I don't know. I don't know who, but I think there is one or another. So this matchup are very tough, and this time Ken was trying to do that. He was not interacting when he needed to, and he was interacting when he needs to. So it was way more hard than other sets I had against him. Maybe he watched the sets I had against Sonics because he was doing a lot of things similar to Sonics. But yeah, the game where he was three stock 100% and I was one stock 100%. I was like, okay, I need to play, but I need to play smart because if I don't play smart, I will just get comeback. And I still need to try because, of course, even me, I was like, okay, it should be lost, but I have no reason to surrender. I can still try until the end. And I tried to approach in different ways, try to understand how he tried to not interact, what is his path, and then I tried to learn this path, to learn what are the trigger for him to release the spin dash and where he's gonna go and what should I cover when he spin dash and stuff like that. And everything was working very very well. Also, I think that the fact he was having this lead was making him playing weird. Like he was not playing the same as the beginning. If he was playing
Yeah.
literally the same as beginning, I would not come back. But since I saw that he changed his psychological state, I understood in what psychological state he was, and I exploited because I knew he was scared about some stuff. He was scared about him losing, even if he is in a situation where he can't lose. So that's
Why?
what, yeah, like there's no way he lose, but that made him change the way he played. And then he was more readable. So the first stock I got it. The second stock I got him. He touched me like once or twice, maybe more. That's it, but he couldn't kill me. And then I got the kill without waft, which is very surprising. And then last stock, I just had to survive, hit a bit of percent, and then the up tilt waft. And also the up tilt waft, I was so surprised that it touched. I think it was frame perfect because I was pretty sure that he could have air dodged it or that my waft was too far because I did up tilt waft without doing direction. I did up tilt and jump waft without direction, and he died a bit out, so I was sure that the waft was not touching. But it touched, I don't know how. I was really lucky about that. I'm sure it's about 1 or 2 pixels, or the animation of Sonic Stumble. It was kind of weird, so I touched him. But yeah, I was very, very surprised I touched him, and then yeah, I got him.
That match I remember. We were. I mean, you already know. Like, Big Balls, Law, me, Enki. We were all very surprised. Like, we were watching. We were like, like, only you, only you. You're the kind of player that pulls that up. But like you said, it's important to be scared, and I feel like even in a matchup where like you're getting camped so much, like I mean it's Wario and it's also you, like a person that like usually the wobs that are not supposed to hit, you
Mhm.
hit them. So yeah, maybe maybe there's a reason for people to be a bit scared of that
Yeah.
situation. Maybe yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks so much for all the support that this show has been receiving. Don't forget that you can watch this episode as long as every other episode on MetaFight.gg, and I'll see you every Friday in there. And of course, you can watch the highlights on our very own Smash YouTube channel by Luminosity. Thanks so much for support. See ya.